Hey everybody, it's Sam Utari here, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Digimon MMO called Digimon Masters. Now, I'm not really sure how many of you are Digimon fans. I mean, I know there's always this battle going on of, oh my god, Pokemon's better, or oh my god, Digimon's better. But the thing is, as a kid growing up in the 90s, I was a bit of a fan of both. Um, for a while I was really into Digimon because Pokemon had not come out with anything new, and I'd already beaten all the games, and I wasn't really into the card game, and I didn't really know about the comics or anything, so it kind of Pokemon kind of died out a little for me, and in the place of that, Digimon took over. Now, I could have been watching the Pokemon cartoon, but that wasn't readily available to me, and when I came home from school every day, Digimon was what was on, so I mostly watched Digimon, had the Digivices, had the Digimon action figures, and tried to keep up with the original cartoon as much as possible. Now, the original cartoon came in 1999, mind you, so I'm not talking about the newer ones or the other series that I've never seen in my life and probably won't. Now, my memory of what Digimon is, I know what it is, but, the way it functions nowadays, I'm too old for that crap, so I'm not really sure how everything works, but I know the basics. But just in case, I kind of wrote some of this down. I mean, Digimon, as you know, is kind of like Pokemon short for pocket monsters. You know, Digimon is actually shortened of digital monsters because these monsters live in the digital universe or the digital world, which is a parallel universe to the Earth. Digimon, they hatch from eggs, and their life cycle is basically if you hurt a Digimon or if you basically kill it or do anything that would kill it, it basically shatters into data and kind of recollects as an egg, and then the egg can hatch again, and the Digimon's basically reborn. So it's kind of like a phoenix. That's kind of their thing. Now, Digimon, instead of evolving, they do this Digivolving thing, which is, it's more of a temporary evolution. They, via the Digivices of their Tamers, because they're not called trainers, they're called Tamers, via the Digivices, which are the little mechanical things that their Tamers hold, Digimon can Digivolve. And they can Digivolve without Tamers too, but with Tamers, a Digimon can evolve into Mega and Ultimate forms, and they can evolve further than what normal Digimon could. But Digimon Digivolve into these stronger, more powerful beings than they were before through Digivolving, but it's only a temporary thing. And usually after a battle is over, or if a Digimon gets really badly hurt and can't continue on, they usually revert back to what their original form was. Now, in the beginning, Digimon were really small, puffballs with different some were pink and had long ears, and others were like little furry orange things with a horn on their head. I think it's Tanemon or something. Oh, and every Digimon's name ends with Mon. So you have Angemon and Angewomon and Kabuterimon, Gabumon. You know, you get the gist of it. So anyway, so the original Digimon, they started out in these little tiny ball animal forms, and it's actually funny because the original Digimon concept came from these things called V-pits, and basically I had one of them, and it looked like a little brick box, a little fake brick box, and it was like a Tamagotchi thing, and basically you could evolve these creatures, and you could later battle them against other V-pets and stuff, and it was really cool. I had 2 of them, I think, and I would battle them against each other because I had no friends. So basically you get the gist of it. They Digivolve, it's only temporary, yada yada yada. And I guess the kids that own the Digimon are called the Digidestined, but I never paid any attention to that shit. I mean, it was 1999. Who has time for that? I just wanted to watch a cartoon where everybody gets killed or beaten up or whatever. I was a kid. So basically, the Digimon MMO, I kind of found it via accident because I saw this Pokemon versus Digimon thing, and I clicked on it because I knew it was going to be a battle of some sort. So I clicked on it, and someone's like, "Oh my god, Digimon still has a fan base?" And I was like, and someone said yes, but they all went to the MMO. And I was like, "Holy shit, a Digimon MMO! I gotta check this out." And so I have been playing it, sadly. So anyway, the Digimon MMO is hosted by Aria Games. Aria? I don't know. Aria. I say Aria, but I know it's Aria. So anyways, the MMO called Digimon Masters is hosted by Aria. It's 100% free to download and play, but of course knowing that it's free to download and play means that A, money in the game's hard to come by, B, they're gonna sell a whole bunch of awesome shit for real currency only, and that's the only way you're gonna get it. So yeah, have fun with that. So anyways, the Digimon MMO revolves around the story of DATS, which is DATS, and it's an acronym for Digital Accident Tactics Squad. Now, the digital world and the real world are supposed to be separated. Like, they're supposed to be kept a secret from each other, and only, like, the Digidestined and etc. are supposed to get involved in things that have to do with the digital world and the Digimon themselves. So I guess in this game, like, everything's kind of crazy. Like, there's no difference between the Earth and the digital world, and Digimon just kind of run rampant, and it's all messed up. So, yeah. Anyways, so that's basically all I've gotten the gist of, because they're not really straightforward with the storyline. What I do know is you're a Tamer, and you're trying to get into DATS, but you have to prove yourself first. So it's the typical starting out storyline where, you know, you're just a young kid, you're trying to prove yourself to get into this high top quality squad thing. And yeah, like, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really got into it, so it's a little confusing. Sorry, I had to change my camera's messing up really bad. So anyways, so basically you're part of this DAT squad, and oh god, get my notebook. So yeah, so you're part of this DAT squad once you prove yourself. And basically it's just your typical run on quests and run errands game. Like, it's not anything special, it's not anything new. It's the typical thing, but I did find a lot of things that I have a problem with. Now, I've played a few area games, and I seem to run into the same problems everywhere with them. And so here's just a few things that I listed of things I did not like about this game before I go into the things that I like about this game. Now, graphics are not really a problem. Graphics in this game are not the best, but the thing is that it is a free game. You have to remember this. It's a free game, so obviously the graphics being kind of crappy is going to be normal. You know, they're not really bad, but they're not like World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2 quality, which is what I generally look for in an MMO, because it has to be visually pleasing, usually, in order to be pleasing in general, because if you don't like the way a game looks, you usually don't play said game. But this is just me. So anyways, the servers are too crowded and create huge lag. That was my first complaint, and basically, Area Games didn't host Bright Shadow, I don't think. But I used to play this MMO, which I loved to death, and I hated that they got rid of it after they brought it back, after getting rid of it the first time. Bright Shadow was a great game, but the thing is they usually only had like 2 servers open, and the thing is the fan base for this was huge. But they only had like 2 servers open, so you basically get a whole bunch of people crowded in one place, and you can't walk through any city or town without lagging, because everybody is just shoved into this one place. And even when you're out in the field, because it's open, which means you're not like secluded to it just being you, when you exit a town, there's other people too that you have to compete with for experience and etc. and kills. Like, that creates even further lag, because then you have more people running around the field, and the field already generates a lot of lag because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's monsters running around, there's people with quests that they need you to do, and so you have monsters fighting, people talking, people with quests, people wanting to complete quests. You have non-NPCs like running back and forth, and with this one it's 10 times worse, because you have a bunch of people crowded in the town square, and all of them are like, no, I don't want my Digimon in their normal form. Let's Digivolve it to the most giant form we can think of, because we want to impress people. So you have people with Agumon, and they're like, oh, well, let's just turn him into metal blah blah blah, and let's turn him to his mega form and ultimate form, and blah 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 blah, Omnimon, and blah 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 blah. That's exactly how I think it sounds in my head, blah 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 blah. You know, it's all these kids going, oh my god, my Digimon's bigger than yours. And the bad thing is it's probably some adults too. So you have all these people parked in this one little spot, Digivolving I almost said Pokemon, huh? Digivolving their Digimon into the most giant forms possible, which creates even more lag, so you can't, like, get out. You're stuck in this, like, huge bit of lag, and you can't switch to another server, because there are no other servers. There's just one. There's one server with like 6 channels, and all the channels are full. The server in itself is full, and good luck with that. Second thing was the lack of the use of the WASD and the directional arrows to move. Now, me as a person that uses a laptop, and I have no mouse pad, no nothing, I rely on WASD. And because it's easier for me. I mean, hell, even with when I had my mouse, I learned early on that WASD is 10 times more convenient than trying to use directional buttons, at least for me. And so, like, you can't use them. It's a point and click thing. And I have not done point and click since, like, Guild Wars, the original. And the thing is, pointing and clicking, it's a convenient way to move, but this one, like I said, I'm using a laptop with a little finger slidey thing, and it just doesn't work for me. I can't function like that. I can't move fast enough like that. And it drives me nuts because I have to sit there and readjust my position and then move, and then readjust my position and then move. And then you can click from a distance and your character will go there, but then half the time your character can run into walls or anything that happens to pop up in the middle, and then you're stuck. And then you gotta remove him again, and it's such of an inconvenience. So I really wish that they would have used the WASD. Now I know they can't, because the D button is to check on your Digimon and to update his skills or her skills or whatever. So I understand that, but at the same time, I think it's a huge waste of time. You know, not having that, or at least having the directional arrow keys. Like, they could have at least had that since it's not used for anything. Another thing, very limited inventory space. Now, I always run across this in, like, every free MMO, is that you have a very limited inventory space. Like, a Digimon will drop shattered, like broken eggs, broken Digi-eggs, scannable Digi-eggs, mercenary eggs, you know, like you get money, you can get buffs. And the thing is if you scan a Digi-egg, it gives you an item. If you return a Digi-egg, it takes it out of your inventory because you're basically selling it. And then when you begin the game, they give you so many buffs, it takes up half of your inventory. And then you also have quest items to worry about. So with only however many slots they give you, because there's only like 3 or 4 rows, and there's only like 5, so the most you have is like maybe 20, 25 slots. You know, with only 20, 25 slots to work with, and with so many things you have to go and collect, you end up dropping a lot of items that you could use, such as food restorative items and etc. You end up dropping so many of those just because you need the inventory space to get the quest reward, which ends up not being all that great. So let's see. Then you have the NPC cutscenes. Now, every RPG and every MMORPG that I've ever played has had some sort of cutscene, especially when something's really important. This game has had no cutscenes. None. Like, there are voices or there's sounds of voices, but the thing is like when an NPC talks to you, they don't say anything different than what you've just read. So say I go talk to the baker, and the baker's like, "Oh, someone took my flour. Please go get it for me." All of a sudden, you break into this cutscene where there's a bigger version of him on this movie screen, and he's just like, "Hello there. How are you? Can you help me? My flour is missing. Please go find it. I think blah 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 took it." And the thing is you technically just read that exact same thing, because it says, "My flour is missing. Please go get it. I think blah 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 took it." And then he says the same damn thing to your face in this cutscene, which just wasted like a minute of your life. When you could have been going to get that flour, he's just repeating it. I don't know why it needs repeated. It's not even repeated with actual voices, but it actually just gets on my nerves more than anything. Another thing is the lack of character creation. When you begin Digimon Masters, there is no character creation process. You get to choose from like 3 or 4 tamers, like they line them up, and 3 of the 4 are boys. Now I understand, now this isn't going to be like a sexism rant, and I understand that boys are generally the most popular group among Digimon fans, but the thing is like, they should have made it at least an even 50-50. Now, you get a choice of 4 tamers, and only one of them is a female, and she's not even that attractive. You know, you don't get to pick their hair, you don't get to pick their eye color, you don't even get to pick their clothes. Later, you get clothes you can equip them with, but they don't even do anything, because your tamer does none of the fighting. Like, literally, you just send your Digimon to go get his face pummeled in, and you literally do nothing. Excuse me. You literally do nothing but stand around and look pretty. And so you have this troublemaker guy that you can choose, and you have this really intelligent guy you could choose, who's like the opposite of the really aggressive, reckless guy. And then you have this little kid who I chose, the little boy who thinks he's a Digimon because he was like abandoned in the digital world. So he literally thinks he's a Digimon. And then you have the girl who's like the leader of them all and kind of keeps them in check. But she doesn't do any of the hard work, mind you. She always presses it off on the stronger boys. Which is really stupid because it's like typical housewife kind of shit. So, sorry. It's just how I think it is. I don't think it makes any sense. Okay, and so other than that, it's kind of bland at first sight. You kind of go in, you don't really get a feel for it very much before you're just like, they're like, go here, do this, blah, blah, blah. Your Digimon can Digivolve at level 11. And like I said, Digi-evolution is only temporary. So even when you're in battle and you're Digivolved, which gives you this huge boost, it's only temporary. And then next thing you know, your Digimon goes back to being little. Now, experience is really hard. It's not really hard to come by, but you don't get very much of it. You don't even get very much of it by doing quests. But grinding definitely doesn't do you any good either. So, but like I said, you can name your Tamers and stuff, but other than that, it's not the best. Camera, calm down. I just moved a little ahead. Sorry. Trying to hold the camera towards my fan and hopefully it'll make a difference. So, I mean, anyways, it's not that I hate this game, it's just that this game could have done so much more to hold my attention. And, you know, I've seen plenty of free games where they let you customize your character, you know. Yeah, you get to name your Tamer, that's all great, but the thing is you're still using a preset look, you know, height, hair, eyes, like, there's no sense of freedom. And the thing is, I forgot to mention the Digimon. They give you a choice of like 4 Digimon. One's an owl, one's a giant plant seed thing, and one's an Agumon, but he has like bands on his arms. I don't know why. I guess that came in like 4th season. And then of course you get the one I chose, which is this walking, talking blue dog. No, it's not Garurumon, before any of you say that, but no, it's just this walking, talking blue dog with a fighting headband, and he evolves. The more he digivolves, the more he looks like an actual wolf, until he, like, digivolves into this mecha wolf fighter thing, and which is crazy. And no, it's not Garurumon. I have people screaming at me right now. His name's Gaomon. There we go, Gaomon, or Goemon, or something. It's one of those. So I've never heard of him, and I was like, oh, well, this one looks cool, and I don't know why I didn't choose Agumon, because Agumon or whatever, everybody's gonna yell at me because I'm saying all these names wrong, and people are gonna be mad because I didn't choose him. But I was just like, I thought the other one would be cooler. Thing is he's like bigger than my character. But yeah, again, before I end it's not a bad game, and I played it for 5 hours, and I mean, I just need to get the hang of it. It is your typical free MMO, which isn't very interesting, which means if you're not parking in front of some NPC to piss someone off, or if you're not hosting a shop with like a whole bunch of things that people want, then honestly, you're not really doing much except running around, killing a bunch of small-time Digimon that really just reappear like 2 seconds later. You're not gaining much experience, and you're entering the world. You're basically playing into the storyline of, I think, the 6th Digimon series. And I don't know, it's just odd. But anyways, it's getting late on my end, and so I should end this. But sorry I haven't played it. I'm not like showing you this, and I'm more or less talking about it. But it's one of those issues I was experiencing before, which is my screen. And the thing is I can't play anything or do anything that isn't part of like an actual window. So every time I play like Guild Wars or this MMO or even my PlayStation emulator, it just doesn't work with these video editors. I'm not sure why, so that's why I'm just talking about it. But anyways, leave a like if you like this. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you play Digimon MMO. My Tamer name will be in the comments below, as well as the link to download this if you're interested in playing it. Note that these are just my opinions on the game. You can play it for yourself and make your own, but definitely leave me a comment down below if you've played Digimon MMO. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if it gets any better. Also, leave me a comment below if you just have anything to say about Digimon in general, maybe your own experience with Digimon games, or if you owned a V-Pet. Definitely leave me a comment if you owned a fucking V-Pet, because they are just awesome. But yeah, so leave a like if you'd like to see more of Sam Talks. This is definitely one of my favorite series because I'm a woman and love to talk. And also subscribe. I mean, I love meeting new people. I love connecting with new people. And if you subscribe to me, I will definitely subscribe to you. But anyways, that's all for me. Thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you until next time. I was going to play some Pokemon Brown, but I don't think that's going to happen tonight. I'm not sure what my schedule looks like for the rest of the week, but I will get to making more videos as soon as I can, promise. Anyways, this is Samutari out. I will talk to you later, and have a nice day, everyone. Alright, bye.